Look at that. You've heard the phrase, start the day with Thanksgiving. Well, this is a new way to do that. We are not kidding with this recipe today in the kitchen. It's a mini turkey dinner that will fuel you forward. Kristin Andrus has our recipe, and boy, do you. It's just the way it's stacked and plated. My mouth is watering already.
I know. It is so good. And it's just a really unique way of doing Thanksgiving leftovers. And I have to admit, this is always my week before Thanksgiving meal.
You get ready?
So you go to Harmon's, you go to some of these places, and they have turkey in the deli, and they have kind of everything there. And you know when you're like, I'm totally craving Thanksgiving, but I don't want to wait another week or two. It's kind of like a little prelude. So that's what I do. But it's perfect for leftovers. It's just a different way of doing it. Rather than just kind of heating up everything, it's kind of putting it on top of each other, adding an egg, which is kind of what I do.
So I've been calling this Thanksgiving on a plate. Is there an official recipe title?
Yes, it is a Thanksgiving Benedict.
Oh.
It's an Eggs Benedict, but we're using leftover Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm all on board.
So I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay. So the first thing is we're going to start with some eggs, and I'm going to show you actually two ways. And I have to tell you, the Thanksgiving Benedict was what we were planning on. And then this morning I was like, wait, what if I fill some muffin tins with stuffing and then I put turkey in it? So I have two ways.
So this recipe spiraled out of control.
Spiraled out of control just this morning. So I'm going to take some egg, just like that. And then I have this cornbread stuffing that I made, which I am obsessed with. It's sausage. It's cornbread that's actually pre-prepared that I got at Dan's. Cranberries, it has walnuts, it has celery, you know, just the normal things like that.
I'm kind of mad at you about this because you posted this last night.
Yes, I posted it last night.
At 10 p.m.
No, I went to dinner. I went to a baby shower last night, and they're like, "Are you eating?" I'm like, "No, I've eaten my weight in stuffing. I ate so much."
I wanted to eat my phone as I was looking at it on your Instagram.
Eating it, you guys. It's so good, and this is not light, but this is Thanksgiving, and so you can totally go for it, right?
Okay, okay.
So we have cornbread, and you could do this with any stuffing. Let's say you have, rice stuffing, whatever you have. You're gonna mix it with a little bit of egg, and then my hands are gonna get a little dirty.
I'm intrigued here.
Yes, this is so fun. And then I'm going to make.
I'm gonna grab you a towel. Oh, you've got one.
Yeah, I have this one right here. And then I'm gonna make a patty like this and form it together.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna saute it like that, and then I would do a bunch of them. Right? And so I'm gonna let it, this isn't just some grapeseed oil, it's probably a little bit too much oil.
Does it stay intact? Yeah.
Yes, it totally does. So this is what's gonna happen, and I like it a little bit crispy, so some people might call this a little bit too brown, but I love that it gets crispy on the outside. And then what's so great about this, especially because you're probably feeding a crowd because it's after Thanksgiving, is you do this, it forms on the bottom, you flip it over, and then you put them on a cookie sheet, you stick in the oven to warm it all the way through, so that they're all ready for when your guests are ready for breakfast.
You're so good at the making
the next day. Yes.
But it never compromises on taste. That's what I like.
Totally, absolutely not. So you could do a bunch of these. It's so good. So it just kind of adds a Christmas to the stuffing. It's delicious. I'm feeling
your genuine enthusiasm, and I agree with it.
I have made this for years.
I haven't even tasted this.
It's so good. Okay, so then I have my stuffing cake, just like this, which is the base of our Benedict, right? So normally you add some kind of, meat or protein. So I'm just going to take some turkey.
Okay.
Once again, this would be leftover for Thanksgiving. I like a lot of protein, so I'm gonna add a couple, things like that. And then I'm gonna take a poached egg, which I did, thank you. And I'm going to top that on here. Now I have another idea for poached eggs post-Thanksgiving, because once again, you're gonna have a lot of people. So what I do, you can tell this is a well-loved muffin tin.
Yes.
But what I do is I put about a tablespoon or two of water in here, and then I crack my eggs in here, so I make 12 poached eggs.
At once?
Yes, at once. So just a tablespoon of water, maybe a tablespoon and a half, crack my eggs in. I put it in the oven at 350 for 10 or 12 minutes until the egg is set. You scoop it out with a slotted spoon, and you have 12 poached eggs.
That is genius.
It's genius. Yeah, it will change your life. And even just for dinners, I do that all the time because I love eggs.
Yes,
and
you do.
My kids love eggs, and so we do that.
Okay.
So poached eggs in here. So easy and so nice.
Love that.
So then I just take some cranberry sauce like this. I actually love this. I got this at Harmon's the other day, and I'm obsessed with it.
Harmon's is hooking us up
so good.
this year
it has
for
some citrus, and then I add some gravy like this. It is so good.
I can't wait.
It's just a totally different way of doing it, right? And then this is what I came up with this morning. Hey, isn't that so funny? I took a little stuffing and I put it in, because I had, I was using this, and I put the stuffing in here, which kids could eat this for a snack. You could put this in your fridge for, a week after.
So you've mixed the eggs in already.
I put the eggs in just like that, and instead of putting it
On the stovetop.
Yep, on the stovetop. I just put it in muffin tins. I sprayed the muffin tins really well. And then in this one, I stuffed in some turkey that I had, just like that. I put some sweet potato. I mean, you could put on some, mashed sweet potato or mashed potatoes on top, layer with turkey, and then once again, you put on some gravy.
Breakfast, dinner, this is every meal in the book.
Oh, no, this is like leftovers galore. And if you may want to do it this weekend just to like get you, because Thanksgiving you get so full.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I don't even know what my favorite part was. This, you'll just get that yummy taste of Thanksgiving. And
guess what, creative girl? It kind of looks like a turkey.
I know, it kind of does.
With like feathers springing out.
Yeah.
So you gave us some good cheats like the cranberry sauce from a jar.
Yes.
Do you make gravy from scratch?
Okay, so I do for Thanksgiving, but this I actually got at the deli at Harmon's, but Heinz Homestyle Gravy is it like wins all the awards for best gravy, best jarred gravy. So if you're going to go jarred, Heinz Homestyle, and I've tried a bunch of different ones and I totally agree with that. I think that one is the best. And it's not ideal, but for something like this that you're like Sunday evening supper, this, like, go buy it.
Totally works.
Totally works. This was probably filled. It was $3 for this much gravy.
Okay.
Like I'm sold.
Thanksgiving Benedict. The recipe will be on our website. But if you want Kristin to make you hungry too at 10 o'clock, be sure and follow her on Instagram. Where do we find you?
Yes, I'm on Kristin Andrus, sharing lots of different things.
All sorts of great workouts too, and healthy recipes. We appreciate her for both sides of the stick. And hey, while you're here, we've been talking all this week about place cards, place settings, the Thanksgiving table, dressing it up, kind of food aside. You shared a really creative idea that we love. Tell us what you did.
Yes. Okay, so this was so fun. So we had a bunch of families over, actually, to my husband's office, which is kind of where we entertain. And I thought, we literally had, I think, 21 kids.
Oh my gosh.
And I thought, you know what? They're not gonna wanna sit down, eat dinner with us. It takes a long time. And so I thought, I'm gonna do like a charcuterie board for kids. And I'm gonna do some healthy and some that's kind of snacky, because kids wanna run, especially when they're at a fun place, right? So I got fruit and veggies and hummus and dips, and then also some chips and crackers and stuff like that, so that the kids could kind of eat and run and play rather than have to sit with the adults. And guess what? We all enjoyed our dinner so much more.
I bet you
because we could sit and chat, and the kids could kind of get their own. I put it, not too high, so they could come up, they could get a little plate, or they could just run and eat their carrot sticks.
So they weren't even plating. They were
not even plating. Yes. So I just did it on some paper on a table. And what was fun is I drew with marker like no adults, kids only.
Cute.
Like stay away, and the kids just thought it was so much fun.
From a hostess perspective, I think it's a genius idea.
Yes, and you know what? For Thanksgiving, like just kind of putting out some snacks, especially if you're hosting a bunch of people, so that kids aren't like, when are we eating? And I love when the adults can just eat, and then the kids can kind of eat when they want.
I think it's a great idea.
Great
ideas all around. This is why we love her. Thank you so much, Kristin. We appreciate it.